Rise and shine, everyone. We have an early morning race number 2 here at Watkins Glen International in New York. We have clouds on the horizon that could introduce rain in the later parts of the race as we go 3.37 miles around this circuit and approximately 21 laps. After finishing race 1 in position 7 after overtaking 14 drivers, we'll be beginning race number 2 in position 7.
On your right. Right's clear. Coming up on your right side's clear.
So I decided to change up strategy after the first race. I realized that we actually had quite a bit of fuel left over, and so what I did on this race is we lowered the amount of fuel that we had. I was hoping to be able to be a little bit quicker, so with the less fuel weight, so that we'd be able to catch up to the front of the pack a little bit more, and we might be a little bit more aggressive this time around to see what happens, and see if we can't get a couple more points going into round number 3. Something else you'll have noticed with this race is that I unfortunately had a problem with the external camera when I recorded this footage, and unfortunately the external cam became corrupted, so this entire race is all going to be from my perspective inside the car.
On your right side. He's still there. Clear right side.
As we finish up lap number 1 around Watkins Glen International for race number 2, we were able to keep mostly out of trouble and only lost 1 place. Heading into lap 3 with 34 minutes remaining, we're approaching Sven Miller as we get into turn 1. Going to make an aggressive move here, trying to get a couple of spots, only able to capture 1 though as we get around Sven, but he's not going to make it easy as he tries to head towards the outside. We're going to try to block him out. As you can see, we take the turn wide, trying to duck back in into turn 2 and into 3, keeping Sven in our rear view mirror. Heading down the straight after turn 4, heading towards the ever treacherous turn 5, we see Sven Miller was able to capture a little bit of draft from us and going on the inside, ducking in, and you can see he almost nearly loses the car, and we are able to then duck back in on the inside, and again, still fighting for position 6. Sven is not letting it happen and not making it very easy for us at all. He's definitely bringing the fight to us as we're able to finally get the better turn in on the outside, and as we enter into turn 7, we're able to finally get that move accomplished. A couple laps later, with 25 minutes remaining, getting close to Nelson Piquet Jr., we're going to go towards the outside and hopefully capture position number 5 with a very aggressive move to the outside, and we're able to get it just about done as we start to try to pick up a little bit of draft and hopefully pull away. Very dangerous move going into that, and you can see Nelson Piquet is late on the brakes and able to recapture 5th position from us. It was very difficult trying to get some of these passes done around on this circuit and able to actually hold on to them. Our strategy of trying to run with a little bit less fuel is somewhat working out, but we are really having to make some aggressive maneuvers in order to actually capture and hold on to our positions. crossing over the line, heading into lap number 9, and into turn 1 we dive bomb, and we just clip our rear bumper into Craig's car, which then causes us to spin out. We lose grip completely, and now we're falling and losing positions left, right, and center, all the way back down to position number 14. We have faster traffic behind us, trying to give them some space so they don't completely take us out for our race, and we're able to at least battle back with Feldman, who we remember from the previous race we ended up battling a lot with, trying to gain positions back, and Feldman is able to get us back again, getting up into position 15, and we've really worn out some of our tires here, unfortunately, but not bad enough to where we're going to need to pit.
On your right, clear right.
So heading into the next lap here on lap 10 with 22 minutes remaining. Apparently I didn't learn my lesson the first time as I dive bomb corner 1 again, this time just trying to get around Feldman. I didn't want to be stuck behind him most of the race like I was last time, and we end up going off the track and having to cut back across. As you see in the rearview mirror, Feldman is probably not very happy with us in that situation. Heading down and back up the hill into turn 9, we start to lose the rear end of the vehicle as our tires have just completely given up on us, and you can see probably Feldman sitting there laughing at us as he then goes ahead and finally passes us after that previously super aggressive move. And unfortunately our entire race strategy has been thrown out the window as we now fall all the way down to position 20. And man, do we have a lot of work to do if we're going to score any points, considering we have to get up into at least 15th in order to even get 1 point in the series. In lap 13, into the hairpin of turn 7, with 15 minutes remaining, we're going to go around the outside, try to capture around Richards, and we're able to. And here's another one of our competitors, as you'll remember from last race, Tang, who gave us a lot of trouble trying to get past him. And unfortunately, this situation is going to continue for quite a while in this race, as Tang has really made it difficult for us, both the first race and the second race.
15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go. Don't panic, you've got time to sort this out.
After following Tang around for a lap and a half, here with 13 minutes remaining, we're going to make a really aggressive move onto the right side, dipping a toe into the grass, and then we're going to try to do a switchback maneuver and come around, but unfortunately we get locked up into each other. Chassis, and you can watch Tang here in the rearview mirror hit the side wall. He's probably going to be complaining to the stewards after that one. That was another overly aggressive move on our part. As much as I like Watkins Glen, it's really quite, you have to be quite aggressive on this track. Heading into the last couple turns of the lap, we see a car with the livery fly on the backside. That's not Minnesota Sports Fan 88, but instead it's David Mansilla, dips his toe into the grass, trying to get that overtake done on Feldman. Unfortunately, is not able to make it done. He slams on the brakes as we head into the final turn for the lap.
B17, that was a 156.
Crossing the line, getting a bit of a draft here from Mansilla, heading into turn 1 and making that pass. Gotta say, I was a little nervous after having the previous experience earlier in the race.
Nino. Damn, he's leading the race.
With a little less than 10 minutes to go, we know we got to make a move here against Zamparelli and Feldman as they're holding us back from the rest of the pack as those two are fighting going into the corner. We're able to make that turn on the outside around Zamparelli and fall in right behind Feldman.
Tiny bit of aero damage, just ignore it. Fuel should be okay if you have some suspension remains like it is.
With only 8 minutes to go and Feldman in front, our aggressiveness has gone 50-50, and unfortunately this time it's going to bite us as we end up spinning out as we run into the back of Feldman, and as you can see we even cause a backup amongst the rest of the drivers in the field, and once again losing place after place, falling all the way down to position 19. With only 51 seconds remaining, heading into the last lap, as you can see the clouds have finally rolled in a little bit later than expected. Being told by our crew chief that we only have enough fuel for 1 lap left. Luckily it's the last lap of the race. However, that rain is starting to slowly move in, although it's a little too late and it's not going to really do much for us at this point. All the way back down in position number 18. We're going to try and fight and try and see if we can get back as many positions as we can. As the rain begins to fall and we head around that blind long right corner, we almost run into the side of Parker Thompson as he has binned it into the wall on the very last lap of the race. He's going to be falling way down in the pack order, which then does allow us to get up into position 17. It's a very light rain, so I don't think it was from that, but unfortunately without the external camera we don't really know what caused that incident, but it did allow us a net result of a positive, gaining 1 spot. We make another aggressive move up on the inside, trying to get past Richards, trying to scrap for every single place that we can. As we enter into the last couple corners of the race, we were able to finally get around Richards, heading back again right behind Zamparelli, Feldman, and Tang. As we enter the last couple corners here, everybody's really just kind of blocking each other off. There's nowhere for us to go. And with that being said, it looks like it's going to be a certain 16th finish place for us here in race number 2.